We are with DIVE-VRT, and this is our Lunch and Learn. It's for employers joining us that are interested in learning more information about what we do and partnering. So DIVE-VRT stands for Delivering Innovative Vocational Education Through Virtual Reality Technology. Our focus is on getting folks certified up in the trades and getting them out working. My name's Scott Fontesh. I'm with our employment team. Some other members of my team that will be joining us today and speaking. Got Morgan Frazee, Shambria Campbell, Joe Fratto, and then she's not going to be talking, but Amy Gallagher is one of our instructors, and she's on with us today too as well. So again, appreciate everyone for joining us. I'm going to hand it over to Morgan.
Okay. Can you see that I changed the slide to the next one?
No, but I can change it for you.
Okay, yeah, if you wouldn't mind. So welcome everyone. As Scott said, my name is Morgan Frazee and I am on the employment team here at DIVE, and I also help out with just the overall program management. Today we really want to give you an idea of what our program is and how we might be able to partner with some of our community providers, and we'll go into what our students are actually learning and how that might be beneficial to your workplace. So as Scott said, DIVE stands for, or DIVE-VRT, stands for Delivering Innovative Vocational Education Through Virtual Reality Technology. So it's a mouthful. We've condensed that to DIVE-VRT. But overall, our goal is just about vocational education specific to the disability field. You can move to the next one, Scott. We are all based out of USF, and we have other community partners. You'll hear from Joe, who is with the VR Galaxy Learning Institute. But we're based out of USF, and we were awarded a grant through the Rehabilitation Services Administration, RSA, and the Disability Innovation Fund. So this is a 5-year project, and we were awarded $9.9 million in federal funding from the DOE to start and establish this project. Those funds help fund all of our different teams, but also making this a no-cost program to our participants. So students get to come through, get their certifications, and it's all free of charge to them. And our services are free of charge to you all as employers if you were to partner with us. Our project dates, we started back in October 2024, and we will formally conclude in 2029, making this a 5-year project. But we are hoping to sustain it after that and make this a foundational program in the Tampa Bay area. But that's formally when our funding will end in the same capacity. The DIVE-VRT project, everything that we do comes down to virtual reality in the skilled trades and using artificial intelligence technologies to help teach these. So we integrate components, and you'll see a little bit more about that later on. And then we combined these existing virtual reality curriculums for the skilled trades with our existing Launch Academy program, which is based out of USF Tampa, and it's been around since 2009. And it's specific for young adults with disabilities, helping them prepare for employment. So getting ready for that transition out of high school and into the employment world. So we're using some of those foundational principles. Scott and I's background is in the disability world, so that's where we come from and how we are helping out on this team. We also offer employment services and have been providing that since 2014, where we help people get prepared for employment and get placed in a job. So not only do we have that knowledge and background, but we also have more to do with just employment, getting people hired in the community. The 4 key components of this grant, our big one, of course, is just providing that virtual reality training in a skilled trade. And at the end of that training, there is always a certification component. So individuals are walking away with something tangible to say, I completed this, I have my certification in EPA 608, I have my OSHA certifications. We'll talk more about what those specifics are for this year. But that every year, we are hoping people will walk away with that certification. The second component of what we do on the DIVE-VRT project is teaching workforce and soft skills training. So not only are we giving people the certifications to now get hired, we're also helping them get prepared for employment, incorporating resumes, interview skills, and then also just professionalism in the workplace. Communication, teamwork, and problem solving. For a lot of our students this year, we have a customer service focus as well, since that will be a component of the job. And then the third one, which is where kind of we're starting out now and calling on members of our community, is the work-based learning experience. We also call this applied learning experiences, where students are walking away from the program with actual hands-on experience that they've obtained, whether that's through shadowing, volunteering, apprenticeships, or through paid work. We want to make sure that they actually have some hands-on experience, not just in the headsets. We want to try it out. And then the fourth component, we are offering business and employer training, coaching, and technical assistance to help prepare those individuals or prepare those businesses to hire employees with disabilities. So we aren't just throwing our students into with an employer. We're also there to support, provide training, and make sure that this is that student or individual has a long-term success on the job and in that work field. Our 2025 class has focused on HVAC, so that's why we've invited many of you today, because that is likely the field that you're working in. So our course components, we're going over the safety and systems. Students are using those virtual reality headsets to work in the machines to get a better idea. Instead of just reading from a textbook, they actually get to see it in an immersive way. We're also covering OSHA 10 and EPA 608. And then right now our students are in that workplace professionalism class. They're learning how to be a good employee so they can have that long-term success, like I said. And then we also have the applied hands-on learning experiences. So people have resume experience, or maybe even they're going right into the workforce. So those are our big components for this year. Our next year's class will be different. We'll be focusing on property management, building maintenance. So there will be an HVAC component of that, but it does expand. It has more construction, plumbing, electrical as well. Yeah.
All right. So, like Morgan said, our goal here today is to present that ask, because we do want to start to collaborate and work with businesses in our community, because we are going to be graduating these folks. They are going to be eager to learn, to work, to do more, to get involved. And we know that HVAC techs at times can be hard to come by. So having up to 15 folks come out of our program this year that are certified and ready to go in different areas around the greater Tampa Bay area is going to be really cool. So there are different ways that employers can partner up with us. The obvious one is employment. The folks leaving our program are going to be certified, trained up, and looking for work experience. Apprenticeship programs, some folks might have that already built in to their businesses. We can also help consult if that's something that's more of a goal of yours to help try and create and look more into. Internships, if something needs to be a bit more like a on-the-job training to see how it goes, that might be time limited. Informational interviews, just your expertise in the field because you have hands-on experience and you know what the job is like. That can be really valuable for someone that's trying to break into the field. So leaning on those members of the community that have knowledge that they can share, those informational interviews are really helpful. Same thing with job shadowing. If there's any room for someone to join, maybe do a ride along or come out to your business or to see how the job works, following around another technician, learning as they go. Job shadowing is really effective. Job site tours where they can see what it looks like, what a place of business might look like, maybe a warehouse or an office. Career fairs, we will be hosting a career fair on March 9th, and I'll have a slide about that later as well. But your organization is welcome to partner with us to come out to USF to set up a table to bring information. We also do mock interviews where you can meet our students ahead of time, help them with their interview skills, see if it's someone that you might want to work with long term. We invite community members and businesses to be guest speakers. If there is certain information you'd like to share with the class or talk about different things in HVAC, we can partner you up with our instructors to see what kind of guest speaking opportunities there might be. Volunteering, while not ideal, our folks still want to get experience and get out there in some way. So if there are volunteering opportunities for our folks to get involved and partner up with your organization, that could be helpful. Reviewing their resumes, we're obviously going to be helping them put it together, but everyone out there is going to know exactly what you're looking for as you are coming across those resumes. And so if you put your eyes on it and tell us your feedback of what you're looking for as professionals, that can help us out. And of course, consultation. If you're kind of just like on the fence, you're not sure what's going on or what we're all about or who the heck we are, and how this all works, we're happy to set up meetings with everyone to figure out where you might be as a business, what you're looking for, and how we can help address those needs.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. So just to kind of piggyback off a little bit of what he was stating. So the benefits of you all partnering with us is number one, to access to a skill talent pipeline. We want to connect with motivated youth and adults who are trained using the cutting edge virtual reality technology and prepared for careers in the skilled trades. Number two, the workforce development. We want to help shape the next generation of trade professionals through hands-on learning opportunities like apprenticeships, internships, and job shadowing. And then number three, the customized collaboration. Share your existing apprenticeships or hiring processes, or work with us to build tailored programs that meet your business's needs. Number four, the community impact, making a lasting difference by supporting workforce readiness and career growth for local residents in Hillsborough County and the greater Tampa Bay area. And then lastly, number five, innovation and training. Be part of a forward-thinking program that uses immersive VR technology to enhance learning and improve on-the-job readiness.
Thank you, Chambria. So what does that look like? How are we going to act as a partner, and what role does DIVE take with your business? I think first and foremost, what's important to understand is there's no cost involved in our services. We are grant funded, so we already have everything paid for on our end. There's not going to be any fees for like recruiters. We help with the sourcing. We have the candidates already. There's no like, if things work out, you pay it. There's no cost. So the folks that we do have, they will be qualified. They will be ready to work. We'll be able to share what those qualifications are, and you can meet our students ahead of time to see who might be a good fit. We can provide assistance in those interview processes. If you're unsure of how to go about things or how to schedule, we can help along the way. We can even sit in on that interview process if you want us to, because the component of our program is that we're able to offer job coaching to any participant that comes through and gets certified. So we can follow folks along to make sure that they do a good job and to make sure that they're a good fit. We offer professional development for businesses and for their teams. We do trainings in lots of different areas. So if there's anything that's desired for professional development on your end and you want to partner with us and bring someone on board, by all means, we're happy to. It's things like management training, communication, information about disability, stuff like that. Job coaching, like I mentioned. So when you have new hires and they're onboarding and they're training and they're figuring things out, we're able to assist along the way so that they can be more successful. We would collaborate with your organization so that all the right information is getting communicated to the candidate, to the new hire, and so that they're successful and they would retain that job long term. And then ongoing collaboration and support. So just because someone comes and joins your team doesn't mean that we go away or have to go away. It's a 5-year grant. There's going to be other opportunities in the future in other ways. We'll have more students coming out. We might even revisit HVAC again in the future. So that ongoing collaboration, we're happy to continue to work with folks. We want to make a big impact in the trade field in that greater Tampa Bay area. We're covering several different counties along the way. And we'll talk more about where our students are at from that. But our role as a partner is hopefully one that is really supportive and involved to the extent that you need us. It's not going to be overwhelming and have to be a part of these things. We're here if you need us along the way. Pass it to Joe.
Thank you, Scott. This is just a little bit of advantages for the benefits using VR and training and teaching. So VR is going to help us attract a younger generation to get them earlier in their career pipeline to kind of cut the bad habits earlier on. When using virtual reality, it increases the retention of the learning. So 5% of what they hear is increased, 10% of what they read is increased. But if you combine them together, you get 20%. increase their retention on their learning using virtual reality. And then they also stack on top of that using simulations with hands-on components. And that'll bring that percentage all the way up to 75% of retention. Virtual reality training is tailored to individual learning. It's also more engaging, hands-on. It helps accelerate the virtual reality training, helps accelerate the train time for technicians all the way up to almost 80%. And it also gives them a lot of hands-on practice, risk-free environments, so no safety components take into effect while they're learning. Some of the certifications our learners are going to get, they're going to start off with the NATE Ready to Work, which is kind of your basics. Most HVAC companies, you start with that one first, kind of gives you the fundamentals and the basics on that. And then they would also move on to getting the OSHA 10 construction level, which is a safety course, teaching basic hazard awareness for general construction industries, helping workers identify risks, hazards, fall, and how to properly use PPE. And then last but not least, EPA 608. They're also going to test for their core, type 1, type 2, and type 3. So their certification levels can vary, but they're all going to come out with the core and at least type 1, which gives them the ability to work on safely handling refrigerants, which harm the environment if released, requiring a test, covering regulations and equipment types, small and high pressure, low pressure, universal, to work on AC and refrigeration systems with no expiration or significant legal penalties.
Pass back over to Chambria to talk more about our current cohort.
Awesome. Yes. So just to kind of reiterate, we have 15 candidates. Of the 15, 13 of them have already earned their NATE Ready to Work certificates. One of them has earned the OSHA 10 certificate. 7 of them have earned their EPA 608 certifications. And then 2 of them are EPA 608 universally certified. Our participants live in and around the Hillsborough, Pasco, Hernando, and Sumter counties. And then just to also add that the goal is for all of our participants to meet all of these certifications.
Absolutely. And here's our next steps, because our participants are about halfway done with this training program currently. They started in August and they will be ready to go April 1st. So right now they're doing soft skills, professionalism, and finishing up their certification courses. So next steps are kind of that internal question: how is this going to benefit your company the most? What way of partnering is going to help most? Do you need employees? Do you need training? Do you want to talk more about it? Set something up? Reach out. My information is on the slide if you want to do a screenshot or take a picture, or I'll just say sfontech@usf.edu. That's me. My number is 813-974-1153. Reach out anytime. You can also just Google DIVE-VRT. Our website will come up and there are ways to contact us through that as well. Next steps for our program, as our students are progressing, the big one is going to be us hosting a career fair on March 9th. We will host it at our classroom. It's right by USF and Telecom Parkway. So that's right off of the highway 75, right where Fletcher is. We will be hosting a career fair. We're going to be inviting all the organizations that want to partner up with us, work with us, meet our students, to come out, have a table, bring some handouts. You're welcome to do interviews on the spot. We'll also be hosting mock interviews for our students that week. So if there's a day that week that you can get involved to either do a career fair or do an interview with a student, that'd be super great, because our students will be then finishing up at the end of March and ready to get out there and start working April 1st. So those are some big timeline events for us and next steps. And from there, here's our contact info slide. And I'm going to go ahead, is there anyone else on the team that wants to add any extra information? Then I'm going to stop recording and we'll be able to take some questions now from everyone that joined us. So let me go ahead and stop recording. Thanks, everyone. And now we can